showing off each of the heroes coming out soon in Reign of the Onyx King. And next up, we've got Llawamai. Llawamai is our tank. He has really high armor, good health, and his main objective is to protect everybody else, namely your companions and your other allies, and use that damage mitigation so that everyone can fight back against the king and claim victory. His main ability prevents everybody else from taking damage until Llawamai has been dealt at least 1 damage. So he uses his high armor to mitigate that damage, making it harder and harder for them to get that first point of damage in and preventing damage to be dealt to everybody else until that happens. The other part of his ability means he can't be defended, which is meant to be the offset for his really high stats and this damage mitigation. He's not going to have anybody else protecting him. He's the tank. He's going to be on the front lines. At level 4, Llawamai can choose between Shield Wall and Pact of the Hills. Pact of the Hills, every time he takes damage, he can spend mana to put a forge counter on a companion or equipment, which will increase any attributes that they have. So like a companion would get attack and health, but an equipment that's giving you like attack and armor, let's say, would give you an additional 1 of each for every forge counter on them. The other ability, Shield Wall, lets him spend mana and get temporary armor, which is armor that lasts until it's been depleted. So he can make that, once again, that damage mitigation higher and higher, making it harder for the opponents to get that first point of damage him and turn off his damage prevention ability. At level 6, Llawamai can choose between Whispered Ones and Shield Bash. Shield Bash lets him use his armor as damage, so he can turn that into an offensive measure as well. And Whispered Ones lets him summon a Whispered One companion. These are his guild mates from when he was alive. Llawamai is the leader and the first to partake in a pact where they pledge to protect these lands that they're a part of at the cost of their lives. So they're all back as ghosts. So we have a druid, a hunter, a paladin, a warlock, and a shaman. Each of those can be brought out through the Whispered One's ability, and Llawamai himself, I want it to kind of be up to interpretation, whether he's also a ghost like them, just animating this armor, or if he's still alive and the rest are just kind of attached to him at this point. At level 8, Llawamai can choose between Unbreakable, which gives him even more armor, and every time he loses armor, he heals up to kind of regain his health back up after taking so much damage, or Chaotic Rebirth, where the first time he dies, instead he sets back up to a certain amount of value, and you bring any of the Whispered Ones that have died back into play, letting you have a big like turnaround turn. Overall, Llawamai is a ton of fun, lots of damage mitigation. He is a tank through and through. That is his whole purpose, his whole hero design. And he's a great asset to anyone looking to take on the king, being able to force a lot of the king's heavy damage into Llawamai first rather than into the allies to make them get defeated faster.